All right, guys, welcome again on this particular journey of IIC Rise. And if you guys notice, we are doing lots of things in parallel, right? Under the IIC community. First of all, recently, last even this particular weekend, we have completed 2 full day of workshop where we have done lots of technical discussion, lots of projects we have discussed, and especially we talk about machine learning and AI and all those stuff, right? So that was a great journey. Great crowd was there, huge crowd was there, and everybody learned a lot the way I got the feedback, right? And the second thing, in the IIC Rise, we have done one great training in Docker, one class left in the Docker, that this particular Sunday, or I say the Saturday, we will complete those Docker classes, right? And but one great thing we are doing in IIC Rise would be this particular training of RHCSA latest version 8 with Python, and to integrate these two things, we will already started the project to integrate these two things, right? So lots of things we're doing. So before guys, I'll continue with the today's topic. Let me give you high level timeline and my next plan. So what my plan would be, we are going to complete most of the important topic of your Red Hat RSCSA level of training, right, till this particular Friday. Okay, this particular Friday we will complete most of the important topic of RSCSA. Okay, and the remaining topic that will be left, we might complete all those topic on the Sunday, this particular Sunday. So we might take full day class or half day class on this Sunday. That would be on what sorry guys, would be on Monday, right? Would be on the 6th, whatever date would be, 6th or 5th of the this particular April month, right? So my plan is to take the one half day or full day class on 5th April to complete this topic. So there's the high level plan, okay, of our SCSA respect topic. If some of the topic left, okay, so remaining class guys, we won't do in everyday basis. We will pick next Sunday to complete this topic. I don't know, it's depend upon your query also, right? It is depend upon query also, what query has been left. So next Sunday we'll pick for if any topic left. All right, so this is the plan for the RSCSA level of training with some of the Python concept, right? Next, we have already started one Docker training, so we require only one day. So this particular Saturday, we will use to complete the remaining topic of the Docker. So almost everything what we started with workshop that has been completed. Docker this Saturday we complete, RSS and some part of the Python that will be required in our projects. We will complete on this Sunday. If something left, we will pick the next Sunday. So this is my high level plan for this particular training, guys, right? So this is one thing. Next, let's start with the today's topic. One minute guys, please let me plug my laptop, right? So let's start with the today's class. So in the last class guys, we have started discussing on the projects, and we have done lots of things about the projects, right? And I have given you lots of tasks to start doing with me on the project, guys. So it means whatever guys you have learned in Linux, so I ask you to automate all those things with the Python. So start creating the menu, it start enhancing the menu, right? And putting your things, um, that what thing you would like to do in the local system. For example, this is my system and I am running my menu over here. So in the menu you have given you we have given two choices, something we would like to do in local machine, something we would like to do in the remote machine. Okay, so I asked you keep on filling up the options of local and the remote, what you would like to do in the local machine and what you would like to do in the remote machine, right? So this menu we have already started. I have given you lots of base and lots of logic about what you have to do. Sorry guys, hold for a second. Let me just hold for a second, please. Yeah, so let's continue. So one project we have started over here. Okay, this is the menu, and if I again run, we have created this project in Python 3, and this is the screen they are asking, right? It's all upon depend, right, of how you would like to give the look and feel. My plan is to convert this menu in the TUI. So in upcoming class I've explained you, it won't take a lot of time, I will explain you how to create your own TUI, right? But right now we have created the menu. For example, we have the choice local. So in the local you have given some options here, but as you know and you will come to know multiple things in the Linux, you will enhance. So I told you this, you can take this thing as a as your daily homework. Whenever you learn something new, start putting in your menu, right? So as somebody click one, you are they give the output. If somebody press two, they give the output. So we are in the last class we have explained you about the while loop, and you can do those things, and somebody press 7, that you can come out, right? So that is your homework to keep on filling up and keep on adding new features, right? So this part we have done. So now let me pick one more topic today that is related to Linux, but it will help you in this menu. It will help you in this menu, right? Even let me pick some of the topic, right? So first topic would be, what I want. What I want, guys, this is the menu we have created, right? And if you notice here, guys, if somebody by chance have access to use this menu, so anybody uh, might come to my system and run this particular menu, and after the running the menu, they can run my local system and they can do lots of things in my local system. They can create a new user, maybe they might change the password, lots of things they can do. So what I want, I would like to create some login name and password for my menu. So what I want, as soon somebody use my menu, they will ask the login and password. Okay, so that's what I want. So technically I would like to add the security in my menu. And how to do this is so simple. I'll open my menu with my editor. Okay, and what I want, first in screen they will welcome you, and after the welcome, before they ask you about where you would like to run local and remote, what you can do, right? You just write if statement, and in the if statement, right, um, even though before this you can ask with the input function, enter your username as a password, or maybe you can ask enter your password to access this particular menu. Okay, so just start asking with enter your password, and whatever password they give, just store in, like for example, in some p value, or maybe pass wd variable, whatever variable you could like to use, you can use it, right? So initially ask the password and then because they might put password x or y or z, but you know what password you want to set in this program. So you can set your actual password in your program, maybe a a password, and maybe your actual password might be, for example, LW is my name of company, right? This might be your actual password. So what can you do, right? Here you can test whatever the password given by those guys are exactly equals to your actual password. If yes, then give this menu. And if this password is not right, if it's not right, right, so just give this in this way. If the password is not right, give the option to those guys, your login and password is not right, so we are not allowed to authenticate, so your authentication is incorrect, and print the message, and after message just exit from the prompt. So, or you can ask them to try one more time, whatever the way you would like to write the code, you can do it, right? So I'm just giving the idea. So what I'm doing here, right, as soon as somebody give the password, right, we have set my our own internal password somewhere in my variable. I'm checking both the password. If this password equal, so they won't check this and they go to remaining thing, whatever normally we use. But if this password is not equal to actual password given by my user, we print the message authentication incorrect, means your login and password is not right, and we'll close our program. Or your choice would be, you can ask again, try one more time. That depend how you like to write the code. Let me save this. Now let me run this program. They ask you, do you would like to use my program, give your password. So I'm giving wrong password here, all right, and the password is wrong, they print the message authentication incorrect and the program come out. Okay, we take out from the program. But if I give the right password, right password, my system login, and I can do my remaining task, whatever normally I would like to do here. Okay, so it is something like that. So giving the password, login and password is not a big deal, but the big challenge over here is, right, the way I am giving the password is not good. Because what is happening, if I type my password, it is visible, right? And if somebody is standing in the front of me, or be nearby me, they can see my password. So the way I am giving my password, or way I am inputting my password, it is not right. Okay, normally when you give the password, normally password come in this way. So I would like to give the password something like this. Or even though I like to give, rather than in this way, I normally like the password give the in the way that we normally give in my Red Hat CLI. For example, if I go to Alt Control F3 in your CLI, and if you ever notice, guys, when I give the password here, it is not visible at all. It is not visible at all. Okay, but they take the password behind the scene, and they pick the password and give the login password, right? So this method is more better than this hash method, because there's lots of software available in the market hacking world. If you give any password something like in some of the browser, like in Facebook or Gmail, something like this. Okay, so there's a lot of software in the market. You can take this software and put your software screen in the front of this password, and they convert this password of hashes into normal text form. So sometime in some of the program, giving the password in this hidden way, it is not sometimes secure, but the way we give the password in a Linux system, it is so secure, but it is not visible, so nobody can guess, or nobody can use some hacking software to convert your password in the text editor. So we would like to give this password, right? But before I explain you how to give the password something like this, one minute, where is my screen? Yeah, something like this. So I don't want the password, give the password in this format. Is it obviously it is not at all secure. I also don't want to give the password in this format. It's good, but it's sometimes it's not secure. So what I would like to give, I would like to give the password, that this program will take the password, okay, as an input, but it won't show you what is happening behind this, what you are tapping behind the scene, right? So how we can do this? So let me explain you how you can give the password or any input that is invisible. But before, guys, I explain you this particular example. I have one great information for you, or concept for you to give you some internal things, right, about how the thing work, right. So my point is, guys, I don't know, have you ever noticed or not, right, whenever you type something, whenever you type something anywhere in text editor, your browser, right, have you ever noticed, right, when you type something, why your font is visible? For example, I'm typing something, why it is visible? For example, I'm typing Vimal. So this might look like some silly question to you, but my question is pretty straightforward again, right? If I type V, why V is visible? If I type L, why L is visible? Why it is happening behind the scene? Okay, so you know what my point is, guys. You know what? It is normally we don't think this kind of thing, right? But you know what is happening whenever you type for example, D. So it is not because you're typing, this screen is printing, right? It is because of this program of Notepad. So the guy who write this program, they say whenever you type something from the keyboard, I pick those characters. I pick those character, and then after picking those character, my program will print it back. This concept is technically known as echo back. So behind the scene, this program is echo backing the thing, or echo back the thing. So technically, whenever you type something, it is not because you are typing, it is visible, because this program is echo back your character. That is the reason it is visible. But some program, when you type something, they echo back this symbol. Right, normally when you give the password, okay, it means you are typing something, but the program is echo back. Normally in mobile phone, when you do login, the echo back this character. But if you talk about your this Red Hat program here, this kind of uh, in your CLI, so when you type your password REDSAT, so it all depend upon this program. So what a program running behind the scene, whatever you are typing, it is not your wish, it is that program wish, does they would like to do echo back or not. Okay, so I've typed REDHAT Red Hat, but this program choice, they don't want to echo back, so they haven't echo back you. But it doesn't mean whatever you type, they haven't got the thing, they got the thing. There is a reason they can log in us. Okay, so my point is, guys, over here is whatever we are typing, because we are typing, that is not a reason they are it is visible, right? It is the choice of the program. Wherever you are typing, it is a choice of the program that does they would like to, or does they would wish to echo back the thing. And guys, this is, it is very critical concept in some form. If you guys are thinking in some genius way, if you think in some hacker way, by this idea, you can do great hacks you can do, right? For example, let me try to show you this particular example over here. For example, right, uh, I'm just giving this example. This is but this example can be possible, but don't try to do it, right, because it is a pure cyber crime. So I'm just giving you this information as a awareness perspective. So to explain this thing, you can think, for example, this is a bank has their own internal website or portal, or the app, right, and this is the one of the branch of the bank. So you just go to the bank, or somebody go to the bank, right, and there's somebody on the branch manager, or maybe some accountant, right. So what do you do? For example, you would like to deposit some amount. For example, you would like to deposit $100. So the guy over here sitting on this in this cabin, right, open the portal, this portal or this app, in the screen they ask your details, and from the keyboard they type $100 rupees bucks, they will type here again. And when they submit this data via internet, via networking, go to the bank centralized portal and they update that somebody with XYZ name has a deposit 100 rupees. This is the way it work, right? You guys know. But you know what could be happen due to some kind of technical manipulation, right? You know what, this guy might be like a hacker, and due to somehow if they get the network access of the local branch, maybe there's a lot of router spoofing or some other sniffing and some way, if they get the network access somehow, okay. So you know what this kind can do, right? This guy can do one great M manipulation. What they can do before this, let me explain you one more thing, right? You know, if you talk about this particular guy and this bank, if you talk about this particular guy, right? When this guy is, you know what, for example, this is the screen of this guy. For example, if I'm talking about this is the screen, this is the screen of this guy. And when this XYZ come and to this particular bank and they deposit 100 rupees, so what this guy do, they type 1. And you know what, guys, the interesting thing is, guys, this guy think because he is typing 1 from the keyboard, that is the reason 1 is visible, but it is not like this. Because when this guy type 1, right, behind the scene, its system create a packet, and from the packet it goes to the bank of this portal, okay. And from this portal some application receive this 1, right, and then this application after receive the 1, they do echo back. Because they do echo back, that is a reason this 1 is visible. There's one is visible. Then if this guy types 0, okay, he think, right, or this guy think, because he typed 0 from the keyboard, that is the reason 0 is visible. But it is not like this, right? One packet goes to the system central, right, and packet come back, and they say yes, 0 is received there, and they print it, right? So my point is, guys, this is the way. Not all the application work, right? Some application work in this way, and in some of the application, first you type everything, then they in the flow they go, right? So I will give you some of the application. Some application work every type of character, they will go to server, they echo back. But some application it go in single go, right? Depends, right? So what I'm talking about right now, so example, if some of the bank application work in this way, as you type, they go to server, they echo back. If they work in this way, right, where most of the application in the market or server work in this way, right? So what this hacker can do, okay, what this hacker can do, right? For example, if you have $100 in your pocket, and from the $100, and if you would like to deposit millions and millions dollar in your account, just from $100, how can you do? How to convert from 100 rupees to millions of rupees, or from $100 to millions of dollar? All right, how you can do this? It's so simple, but it's not good. It's a pure cyber crime, but require lots of network access. But yeah, just a high level theoretical discussion I'm doing here, just to give you some awareness about how the thing work, right? So you know what happened when this guy, all right, type 1, this packet from the laptop go to the system, some program receive there, they go back. Then this guy type 0, right, then packet go to the system, they echo back, and because they echo back, that is in the front of the screen, they see 0 again. This guy type 0, type one more time 0 again, packet go, it's saved in the system, and they say yes, we receive 0 one more time, we receive 100, and they echo back with a packet. Now what happened when this packet is arising, because this hacker already has the network access, what they do, they will go and drop the packet. They will go and drop the packet, and so what happened, because the packet dropped, so this accountant here in the bank not able to receive the echo back from this bank. So what happened, they feel due to some reason, maybe by mistake I might not properly type properly from the keyboard, So type multiple tick 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 tick, multiple time. So multiple zeros go there, again they come back. This hacker is keep on dropping the packet. So finally the hacker thing, maybe there is some issue in my keyboard. I am typing zero, but maybe sometimes we type on some type of keyboard key mistake, and it's not visible in the screen. So we think there might be some zero key issue in my keyboard. But technically they are typing and they're going to the bank or some into the portal, and because this guy, they keep on dropping the packet. And finally, if it is not so much crazy, so finally after lots of zero reach here, and then again this guy try one more zero, the echo back, and one more zero come up. So finally finally this accountant feel that finally in the screen, because this 100 is there, and they submit. Because they submit, so the submit request go there. So according to the accountant, they feel they submit 100 rupees because this guy gave 100 rupees. But for the bank perspective, this guy got lots of zeros, and finally this my amount is stored in the bank. So guys, disclaimer over here what I'm discussing right now, in the banking world, there's lots of the hell security is there, a lot of validation there. It's not so much possible, but logically, it can be done in this networking world. Okay, because we have some kind of encryption also there. So this guy had to break the encryption to destroy the packet. Lots of things is there, but if we have some clear text protocol like telnet or http, so if you have this kind of protocol, then this can be very easily done. So this is not the hacking class, this is not security class. My intention is to just to explain you that if you are typing here, that is not a reason it is visible, because this program who is receiving, right, they, because they receive and they would like to echo back, that is a reason it is visible. And guys, this is the way actually telnet or sss work. Guys, when you do from one system to second system, when you do ssh, you guys know how to do sss. So this particular cell come up here, and when you type d here, a here, t here, e here, so it is not because you type d it is visible here. So whenever you type d, it background go to this system, to this server, and because they echo back, that is the reason d is visible here. Okay, so that is the reason whenever anybody will get a chance, or if anybody over here in the corporate world, from your laptop, if you ever notice to do remote login in some of the cloud or maybe some system on the internet, right, over SSH, right, sometimes you more notice, guys, you start typing, but you get the your type screen after some time. So you start typing DAT, for example, I type DAT, but now after some second or millisecond I get DA. Slowly they're typing. So you might you'll be surprised there why it is not visible there, because when I type D, it goes to a server or the echo back in the network packet, or that after then it is printed, right? So something like this. So my point is, guys, wherever you type, okay, it is visible. For example, right now here I'm typing DE, it is not visible because this program is not echoing back. But if I type D, it is visible because they are doing echo back. So my whole and sole concept, guys, even though this topic look like so simple, we never think in this way. I believe we never think in this way, right? Because we are so used to typing, we are so used to typing, so we never think in this way. But if you start thinking, that's what guys I was always talking about. It's all about the right education, right? So if you have the right education, if you think out of the blue, that will lead you to the world of creation of the technology, and that is very much required if you really want to create something new. And now, yeah, one more thing by chance come in my mind. For today's world, it is so required to having the right knowledge and the right technological skill, because guys, because of this pandemic, okay, I have done lots of research, lots of survey, keep on every day, keep on meeting with multiple big vendors and leaders, right? There would be in upcoming month, there will be huge job issues and the crisis come up, right? So I would like all of my IIEC RISE students, right, be focused on these technical skills, whatever we are doing. Okay, be focused, be start thinking like out of the blue. It will help you. Those guys who will have great technical knowledge, those who will have right technical knowledge, those who will think out of the blue, they will have a secure career. Okay, I'm very much, I'm very much, I'm working very hard on this part, because but I'm very much also bother to think about the post effect of this coronavirus or this pandemic that is currently going on. So especially for those guys who are in fourth year, or especially third or second year guys, because every day I keep on getting information from the students. Sir, I had already had the offer letter from the company, but they postponed or they cancelled. Or those guys who already have the offer letter for the internship, so they postpone or they cancel, even though it's not from general colleges, from the top college of India, like IIT or NITs. So they are talking about this thing from last 7 days. I keep on getting, right. So so take this training, guys, what I'm doing in IIC Rise, whatever workshop we are doing, right, as take it very very much serious. It Otherwise it will be a great impact in the terms of job, right. None of the college will help you, none of the CGPA score will help you, none of your DSA skills or other skills, algorithm skill will help you. Only thing that help you, those who are brilliant, they think out of the blue, that is a core conceptual knowledge and have some high-end technical skills, right. Okay, for example, just like I was keep on talking about ML ops, right. So only not DevOps help, only not machine learning helps. You have to pick such a technology that has very rare skills, and and the upcoming industry need, right. One of the example that from the first day onwards I keep on discussing about ML ops, right. So this kind of skills, or maybe a skill something like this. So I'm very much serious. So take all those training we are doing, wherever I'm doing, as a very serious note, right. Because otherwise it will be very hard, and none of the way, nobody will help us, right. We have to fight of ourselves. Okay, so come to a point, guys. So what I explain you about eco back, eco back, eco back concept, right. So whatever type, it will echo back. That's what we will do here. So right now, guys, the way we take the input for our password behind the scene, because I use a function called input. And input function, guys, whatever we type in the input function, they always echo back. So let me show you here. So I am using Python 3. If you use input function, input function, whatever you type, it echo back. That is the reason it is visible. Okay, but instead of input function, we have one more function exactly like input. But the great thing about that function is, whatever you type, they get the input from the keyboard, but they won't echo back. So we have one more function exactly like an input function called get pass. Get pass. So get pass is a function exactly like input function, but the thing is, they take the input, but it won't echo back. Let me run this. So here, guys, they give the error and they say get for function is not available. And guys, I already told you, if some of the function is not available, always a function is a part of the module, so you have to import the module, right. For example, system is a function, is a part of OS module. Similarly, get pass is a function, and it is a part of the module called get pass. By chance name is same. So get pass is a module name, and in this module we have this function. So we write get pass dot get pass. So this is my module name, and this is my function name. Right, by chance the name is same, but they are different things. So now here they have predefined internal string to print, but whatever now I will type, it won't visible. Guys, here I'm typing something REDHAT, it is not visible. Why? because this function take the input, but it is not echo back, but it is stored in the X. It is something like this. Even though if you don't would like to print password as a string, so you can pass like in the input function enter your password or something like this. So whatever type here, it exactly like input function, they will print this string, and now give a password, it won't echo back, and it will store here. Okay, so so now finally what I'm talking about, if you want to use or give a input anywhere in a program that you don't want the program will echo back to you, so you can use get pass as a function that will take you, that we can use as a input, right? So that's what we will do here. So what I'm doing, I'll go to my menu, and here I'm going to import one function called get pass. So this function I'm using here, and instead I use input function. What I do, I use get pass dot get pass. Okay, so this is my function name. Okay, that's all. Now this part is done. Now if I run my menu and if I give the password, I'm giving wrong password, they come out and say your login and password authentication is wrong. But if I give the right password that I set in my program, right, they give my menu, and now it is working great, there's no issues come up. Okay, so finally guys, one thing I explain you about only get pass, but the way I explain you that is makes more sense, right? I'm sharing this code to you, making more sense, more sense that what is the right meaning of the echo back. Okay, that's was my intention, but get fast is a very simple function you can use. One more thing guys, a lot of guys might think in this way, if somebody would like to break the password, they come to the file and they can get the password from here. So for this we have lots of way. Rather than we store the password here, we can store the password in somewhere in my database, so they can't go to my database. Or we can before I give this program to anybody, I can compile this program and convert this program into binary, so that nobody can normally read the binary. Okay, so other way also we can use, right? Just so nobody can read this password from the file. So we have other way that we might see in the future that we can rectify. But here I just would like to explain you what is the use of get pass that I explained you already. Okay, so this is the one thing I would like to show you in this program. Let's talk about one more thing, right? So in this menu in this menu, okay, 1 minute, in this menu we have created a program for SSH also. Okay, and guys, biggest thing is you know what, when you do SSH, every time they ask the password from you. Okay, for example, if you run this program for remote, even though I have commented already, but if you run this program, every time you run the program they ask password. Every time you run the program they ask the password. Even though guys, maybe for example, if you go for press 3, okay, press 3 here, maybe some of the things you have to go for SSS multiple times. First you do SSS, install the software, then do SSS, configure the file, then you do SSS, put the web pages, then you do SSS, start the services, then you do SSS, remove the firewall, right? So if somebody press 3, maybe 10 times or 100 times you have to go to that remote system, and 100 times you go, 100 times they ask the password. So guys, it is something like this, you know what, for example, this is the Facebook. Okay, initially I give the password, that's good, but now you know what, Facebook has created one application. Whenever you give type the post and post some data, if the Facebook asks the password, when you search for the friend, Facebook pass the password, right? When you go for any suggest group, they ask the password. So guys, if every time wherever you do any activity, if this any application is keep on asking the password because of the security, or because you are keep on going there in the remote system, right? So you know what, finally you feel this is not a good application. You start feeling very very much no, this is called user friendly, right? You won't feel this application is very user friendly. So technically, if whatever application you create, whatever program or software you create, you want your user won't feel any issue. Okay, so technically this is called UI or UX. So you want your user experience of whatever menu you create. The UI is like a menu. So the menu program that we create, I would like to give a good user experience. I don't want when anybody come to my this screen and keep on going, doing anything, because when you post something, this post will go to Facebook. Means technically you are going to remote system, and Facebook, if they ask the password again and again, right? It doesn't a great user experience for the user, and this in this case user don't want and would like to use this kind of application, right? So technically, you know what I'm talking about. Again, this training is not about UI UX. It is at all different training available in the market, right? But technically I'm talking about whatever the UI you create. Technically, the menu that we have created is again one kind of UI. Means user interface. This is the interface I have. I'm giving my password, I'm giving local, this menu come up, I said press 1. That's all. Okay, this is user interface I've created. So that we're gonna create one more great user interface from the TUI. Okay, but what I want this user interface would be very much simple. Okay, I don't want every time you keep on asking this password again and again. If for example, if you go to remote system, I don't want you keep on asking pass IP again and again. I don't want they keep on asking, for example, I press 1, they keep on asking give password. Again, if I press 2, they keep on asking password. I want only once they ask the password, obviously they require, so that I can log in, but they don't ask the password again and again. So technically, whatever user interface you create, experience for this user interface would be very simple. So for this, what you have to do. So right now, guys, the way we have created our program. Okay, so we have one program running here, menu, and we might have multiple servers. For example, A is one my server, B is my one server, and C is one system where menu is running. And the menu we have given the option called remote, and whenever you press remote, this menu will log into this system to A, for example, via SSH. And whenever you do SSH, and every time when you do SSH always asks password. That's I don't want, because if you press this one again, then two again, and three again, if you keep on asking the password, so it won't be good user look and feel or experience, and user won't want to use this menu for longer. Okay, so what can you do, right? So what I want they ask the password, right? For example, when first time if I go from this menu to A, obviously first time they ask the password. But if I go to A again and again, that time they don't want ask the password. But whatever I ask them to do, for example, run the date command, run the cal command, they will do for me without asking the password, right? So for example, let me show you, this thing is a very small demo. Right now, guys, my code is not working here, because in the last class, if you remember, I have commented this because of my spacing issue. But let me try. If I uncomment again, uncomment again, and try to remove my spacing here. By the meantime, my second system start, so I can show you this demo from here also. So I haven't got the time to check this code, so I'm doing right now, because by the meantime my second VM also start, so then I can show you some demo. Let me try till here. I think it might work. Let's see. So I'm running this code again to test the error. Line number 72. Where is 72? I don't know. If I have to check this code again, I don't know what is happening. Elif my location. 1 minute. I told you in last class we have some kind of Elif remote. Some special character come up because I opened with a new editor, right? The time. Okay, I don't want to waste the time. Okay, we technically there is no error and such. There's some spell character somewhere is printed. I don't know somewhere, or and spell character doesn't visible actually. I saw in the last class. I already rectified that particular code, or maybe this error might be because of this code, right? 1 minute. 1 minute, because this might be this code, right? Because I have to indent this code also. Maybe this code. Last time put there. Print and 1 minute. Now is print and 1 minute. Line number 79. Okay, this print and some character over here. You guys know I'm just trying to solve it fastly I can. Otherwise, the next class I'll do. Okay, let's remove this code. It's not so much important, right? Just to be clear. Okay, let's see. Maybe this line might also have the error. Okay, now line number 18 come up because of some special character again. Yeah, working fine, right? So I so you see guys, sometimes some error is not visible, so because of the special character is not working, right? So now you can also copy all this code from here until there for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 lines. So what I'm doing, I'm copying these 15 lines and paste here, so because they are exactly same code, right? So save, and that's all right. So program working fine. So what I was wanted to show you guys, so I have one more VM here. I have one more VM here. Okay, so technically I'm here, right? Technically I'm here. So I have two VMs. One is this one and one is this one. Okay, and my menu is working here. So this part you guys know, we already set up this in a moment already, but I would like to show you, revise one small thing. And from this menu, when I run, I will select remote. It will ask the IP of this guy, right? It will ask the IP of this guy. Let's say this is A and this is B. So IP of B that I recently started. Let me pick the IP of that particular system. Okay. So what I would like to show you here is, whenever I do any remote task, they keep on asking me the password of the system. Okay. For example, IP of this system is 106. So from menu, when I run this my menu, I'm just giving password of my menu. Then I'm doing remote. Here here they're asking me of IP of remote system. So technically from my A system, I am putting the IP of B. There's 106. Okay, enter. Here they're asking what you would like to do on IP 106. I say 1. I would like to print the date. You know what it will do? As you put 1, they ask you the password IP16. That's good. That's right. Obviously they should ask, but they ask you, you have to give the password. They go there, they print the date. Again, you would like to run the calendar, again they ask the password, again type the password, again they give the output of the calendar their system, but again you want to see the date again. So means, what I'm doing, you have to do tons of hundreds of things there, and every time you have to give the password. So the menu that I have created doesn't have a good user experience. So this is not good user experience of this particular menu or the UI we have created. Okay, so that's what we have to rectify today. Okay, so I don't want to give the password through SSS again and again. Okay, so how we can rectify? So for this, you have to know some more concepts about the SSH. So like in the SSS world, in the SSS world, right, if you would like to use SSS protocol for login from one system to other system, from A to B, if A go to B, then B will ask the username and the password, and A give the right username password, then B say yes, you are login a password right, now you can log in. And this process is known as authentication. And in the authentication, normally we use password for the authentication, but in SSH we have lots of way to do the authentication part, authentication part. Okay, one more typical way that we can use for the authentication is called password. Okay, this is called password based authentication, that is by default SSH do. But we have one more way to do the authentication from A to B or B to A, vice versa, right? This is called key based authentication, where we can use some kind of key that's typically known as private key. All right, so this is called key based authentication. Key based authentication. Technically, from the A, if you want to log into the B, either you can use password that we were using, all right, from the first day when we start learning SSH. Other way to do the authentication, you have to use username, but instead of password you can use a key. Right, for example, right, this is A, and from the A, if you try to do login to B, here you have to use the password. If you use the password, that is known as that is known as password based authentication. Okay, but instead of the password, if you use the key, that's typically known as public key, that is known as key based authentication. The beauty of the password key based authentication is, right, password based authentication is normally done by a human being, we, right? So technically, if you are there in the front of system will open the keyboard and ask, hey, you are the human being, you have a password in your mind, so type your password from your hand, I am typing right now, and log in it. Okay, so normally password authentication normally do by human being. Okay, but key based authentication is normally done by computers, by a program. Means, right, instead you give your password from your mind, from your brain, right, we can store our password, in a computer, where in some file, in a hard disk. So from A to B, if they would like to log in, okay, so A have to give password to B, or for getting the password, A, what A will do, A will go to the file, this file that is there in the A hard disk, in A hard disk or A storage. Okay, they pick the password from this file, and instead asking you the password from the keyboard like this, right? A get the password from the file, okay, and from the file they send to B, and B say yes, this is the right password, and they log into you, they authenticate you. Okay, so this file if you use this way and this process, these are known as key based authentication. And in the file, right, whatever you store, that they're not actually a password, it is a key. Key is like, just key. If you have a lock with you, right? You have a lock, and you have to, if you want to unlock your lock, what do you normally do? You use a key, right? It's something like this. But technically, how it work behind the scene, it is a very interesting topic, security topic. So maybe in the future, in some of the training, if I will talk about cryptography, right? Cryptography. There I will normally talk a lot from very basics to advanced about this concept. Where I discuss about what is public key, what is private key, what is asymmetric algorithm, RSA, DSA. Lots of things we'll discuss there. Here I'm not discussing you, just I'm trying to give you a very simplest way to understand this thing, right? So what you have to do, what you have to do, okay, if you would like to go for uh, uh, private based authentication, but you know what you achieve whenever you do password authentication, 100 time you to give the password. But whenever you do private key based authentication, you don't have to give your password again and again. Okay, every time they get the my program or SSS command get the password from the file. If every time they get the password from the file, I don't have to manually give. If you don't manually give, it means it will take automatic. And whenever anything goes automatic, it is always always a fast process. It is always a smooth process, and there is no hurdle in the program. What I mean by this, I will show in a minute, right? So technically, make it very simple again, right? From A to B, if you would like to log in via SSS protocol, okay. Uh, for authentication, we have two way. By default, they are using password, right? But if you would like to use key based authentication, right? So what we have to do at the system A, that the guy who would like to log into B, at the system A, you have to create your key. You have to create a key, and for creating the key, we have to use a command called SSH keygen. So there's one single command. There is no space. There's a hyphen in between. There's a command we have to use. Understand, guys? With this thing, this command I'm using at the client side, right? So understand, according to this example, if A would like to log into B, in this case, B is known as SSH server. And server, guys, we already discussed in my last classes. This topic we already taken in detail. And A is known as SSH client. Okay, so you have to create a key at the client. The client is the one who would like to log in. Client is the one who should have in their mind what is the password, what is the key. So client should require a key, right? So use this command, enter. They asking where you would like to save your key. So this is the file. There they are saving the key. If you want to change, you can change the file name, but this is the file where they are saving the key. Just go for by default, and there is no passphrase required. What is use passphrase, I'm not discussing right now. Just press enter and enter, that's all. So finally, finally, in A, this key is created. This key is created. Okay, and this key technically that is created is called private key. That is your personal key. Now A can use this key to log into the B. But technically, guys, this by the same command, anybody can create a key, and anybody can log into B without password, right? So it is not secure. So technically, after A create the key, A has to take this key to B and say to B in the future, okay, I won't give the password to you for login. I won't use password based authentication. In the future, I will use my key for login to a system. So what you have to do, take my key and authorized me. Authorize this key. So in the future, if I come to you again using with my key, you don't have to ask me password again and again. Okay, so I will use my key as my password. So what you have to do from the A, from the A, you have to send this key to the B, and B has authorized. And for doing all those process, we have one single command that's called SSH copy ID. And I'm sending this key to the B, right? And because you log in normally, not to the system, you log into the account. I am sending to the root account. So this time only, first time, like in Facebook, first time you log in. So here you can think first time you log in. So in the Facebook, when you do first time login, if you know something about web technology, they give you cookies. Something like here they will do behind the scene, not cookie, but something like this. So first time you have to give the password of IP6106. And what they're saying, they say your key has been added in my machine. So in the future, if you come to me, I won't ask you password now. Okay, so without password, you can come. It's not like this without password, but it won't ask you the password from the human being. You know, this approach, they won't ask. They will, when A go to B, A will use this key from their own file, send to the B, and B say, hey, I know this key, I already authorized, so I won't ask the password. You can log into my system. So let me show you. So now onwards, so right now if you see my IP, I'm in IP A 162. Now if I go to IP 106, last time I show you guys, when I log into this system, they ask me the password. This time they're not asking password. Without password, I'm logging. And how to prove? Is simpler way to prove is check the IP, right? So right now I'm in IP 106. So let me log out from here. And guys, because it's not IP. If you anytime you go to run any command like delete, it won't give the password. Okay, last time if you run this command, they always ask the password. Even though now if you run your project, right, now project will have a great user interface. You just give your initial password, your remote. Here, which IP you would like to do on IP 106. Okay, last time if you remember guys, whenever I type anything, they ask the password. This time without password, they show me the command. Without password, they show me the command. It's so much straightforward. But technically they are going every time there, right? Every time from this term they are going to IP 106, right? Whenever I run the command, every time behind the scene they are using SSH. With the SSH they go into the system, they run the command, they come back, but they are not asking the password. Why? Because in the A I have created the key, or from the A I authorize this key. So this is two-step process. So if I run my history, so you have to create a key only once. Otherwise if you create one more time, it will overwrite. And then only once you have to authorize in IP 106. So if you have 10 system, you have to authorize in all the system by only once. So IP 106, IP 107, 108. So all the 10 or 100 system that you want to manage, you just authorized your same key to all the systems. So if you go to any of the system, they won't ask the password. Okay, this is the way it works. And one more small thing, even though I'm not discussing the cryptography here right now, but when you create a key, technically they create two keys internally. One is private key and one is public. And normally A always keep the private key in their hard disk. They never share to this guy. But when A send an initial request to B to authorize, so technically they are sending the public key. So A is sending the public key to B, and public is the key is the one that is authorized. And that is a reason this kind of authentication is not known as private key authentication. This is known as public key authentication. So guys, don't ask me this question right now. Public, private, what is the difference? All those things. So it is a long topic. My favorite topic. I had done lots of research in cryptography, but it would be it will take a lot of time if we start explaining this topic, right? And guys, because every time now onwards, if you go to IP 106, they won't ask the password, and that is a reason this kind of setup is known as password-less authentication. So the setup that we have done is known as password-less authentication. Okay, so this setup is known as password-less authentication. Okay, so that's what we have done. So it is good practice, even though this it looks sometime less secure than private key, but it is not like this, guys. It sometimes look like this method was more secure. This method is less secure. No, anybody can log into my system with a password. Not anybody, only that system who has the key. And even though the key based authentication is the millions and billions times more secure than the password base. Maybe if we are given some password, maybe some 1 or 2 hours, somebody tried to do some brute force attack or dictionary attack, they can break the password. But key, if you put thousands of computer for thousands here, they won't able to break the password. So it is so big. So if you want to see this is the private key. So if you want to see the size of a private key, that is actually a password. So this is the size of private key. I say so big. It is like a password. It is like a password. So it's so big, nobody can break this thing, right? So sometimes look like your private key or probably key based authentication or key based authentication is less secure. It is not secure because this system has this file, that is a reason they can log in. But from other system, if you try to log in to 106 or IP system B, that won't work, right? So this is the way to work. So guys, this is that's all for today. So I highly suggest to set up this environment. Again, I'm repeating here, you have to create a key on the client side, or technically our client is our menu. So wherever your menu is running, you have to create a key there, and you have to authorize only once to B or C or D, whatever IPs you have. That's all. That's the one thing. So that's all, guys. For today, I am opening my chat box. If you have any query, you can ask me till here, whatever we have discussed, right? So if any queries, you can ask me. Otherwise, we discussed two main topic. One is about eco back. That is a great concept, I believe. And second topic I discussed about SSH keygen. We have discussed. There's a great topic to give your menu a good user experience. Otherwise, they keep on asking password. That is not good. So I open my chat box, I refresh the page. Chat box will come up, and you can ask me the query if you have any. So Rishabh, I will definitely try, but there is no plan right now for any security classes. So can we use login for authentication? Yes, that's what we have done. We have done this thing for authentication only, right? We have set the key for authentication only. Yes, Utkarsh, in this case, if somebody change the password of server, because we are not changing, this is a great question, Utkarsh, Evan. All right. So if somebody change the password of server, it will bypass, because technically server is not checking the password. So if you change the password of server, it will bypass, because behind the scene we are logging with the key. So server won't check the password, because we already have a key, so we can keep on login. Can you possible for this Python program import OpenCV? Can you possible for this Python program import OpenCV? Which I don't understand question, but I think OpenCV already imported, right? In my OpenCV classes. I think you are taking this reference with my workshop, right? So I show you there, it will work, right? In the Python program, we open import the OpenCV, but it's called CV2. It's not OpenCV. The model is CV2. Ankita, can you please ask me how to set up network? Ankita, which kind of network you're talking about? Because there are tons of things. Basic network I already discussed in my some initial classes. So please go through that video. You can get it, right. So if you talk about basic network, but network is a big word. I don't know which part you're talking about. Ishwar, if user ad is not working, if you can post the error, what kind of error they are coming up with, right? But user ad command only work from a root account. This is one thing. Just check maybe. But this week we are coming with the user ad detail command. So maybe those classes will help you. Okay, can I do this key method access for mobile server? Yes, you can do. Yes, even though if you using any mobile app, so they asking in the authentication part, you have the password or you have the key, so you can put that key, and from that key you can log in. So in our menu project, uh, Ankita, I think uh, networking part is exactly same. You don't have to do anything else as a networking perspective for setting it up. But maybe in this week I will talk more about our project. So there I will discuss some more thing about the networking setup. You will come to know. But right now, what you have to do, you if you are working in a team, so use 2 or 3 laptops, connect it with the same hotspot. Networking will connect. Or if you don't have a team, just launch 2 VMs. Automated networking will connect. Right? You can do the same setup. Right? So that's what you can do. That's all. Otherwise, any issue, please contact to the volunteers. They will help you. On Saturday, some Visual MicroPython we use in IoT, right? For example, if you go for ESP8266 or Node AMCU, so these are the one kind of firmware that we use in normally in IoT devices. So if you want to work in IoT devices like Node MCU or something, we use MicroPython there. Yes, Aditya, we have a class in CS mode and user ed and partitions. So that will be detailed class we will discuss. In this week, we are going to start these classes. I just given this example as a banking example, but lots of protocol or application work in this way. But the only condition is the network would be clear text, or if it is encrypted network, you should have a private key of that network. Then it will work. Yes, definitely, guys. I will like, give you all the questions that I ask you, like how to read the data from the RAM. So the answer definitely I give, but I suggest just keep on trying. You will get lots of things, right? I guess Vinith, we will announce all the winner in the workshop. My team is highly engaged in my next upcoming MLOps class. So everybody are working on it because getting a huge query, because it's a big one of the big great initiative we have taken to launch this program publicly for the students with where we are sponsoring 90%, right? So but they are trying. Maybe this week you will get the result of the workshop of remaining guys, right? No, Bhavish, MLS of class will be a separate session. It won't right now come in the IISc rise. So this classes actually we launch under our company Linux World. So there we'll do it. Yeah, ML Ops class would be not in the internet YouTube. We have our own Zoom channel. This is on our private channel. So we will give a link to registered students so they can attend there. Right. That will start from the 6th of this particular April month. Mukesh, I have explained about the end session about Rise. So in a initial class, I today I explain you my high level plan and how much time it more take to complete the Rise. So guys, no, I'm not trying to hurry up, right? Maybe I have to extend some more Sunday, but I would like to cover everything in properly, right? No, MLOps won't interfere Rise training because MLOps wanna start from Monday, and my plan is to complete all the major portion of this Rise training till the Saturday Venkatesh, and all the remaining part that will left in the Rise, I will keep on taking every Sunday. That's what I told you in the starting of my class, and MLOps class will be always go on Monday to Saturday. right? So there will be no conflict, or there is no conflict in the classes. Yes, Atul, we will discuss functions also, don't worry. So I have my plan, what to be discussed and completed. How I didn't understand how the key base, because actually Vibhav, I haven't explained you how the key based authentication work. I haven't explained you because I told you for this I have to explain you first cryptography. It is a long topic, but I show you how to set up so you can use in your projects. Okay, so I haven't explained you. So that's my point. Yes, key main in the middle attack you can use if you have clear text packet you can use. Somebody asking here. Yes, Rizab, about the Red Hat Bootcamp. Soon in this week we'll announce about the participant who would like to go for Red Hat examination. So we'll take a list and accordingly we plan the Red Hat Bootcamp, right? So in this week only, like maybe in 2 or 3 days, I will announce about the Red Hat examination. Accordingly, we can plan it. Okay. How to make our project accessible graphically? Sai Krishna, I will give you the how to convert your project in the TUI. It similar look like the GUI, not exactly, but same time I will give the hint. I won't go for the GUI setup or the web UI setup or the mobile UI setup, right? I will give the hint there to give you a path how we can how you can do those things, right? But TUI we will definitely do. Mayank, yes, definitely. Thank you very much. I will definitely do. Yes, I will teach video. I will teach LVM, Vishal. I will also teach strategies. The new topic in Red Hat. Definitely, I do. I'll take this topic. A video and strategies. I prefer to take only for those students who are planning to go for RHCSA examination. It's a new topic. Uh, but everybody till I'll take till LVM and the SWAP. Okay, and for those guys who are planning to go for examination, I will take a extra separate class to explain how about the video and the strategies, right? So I will take this topic. It is very important topic. So that is my high level plan right now. Let's see how it go. How it go. Is Dharminder, actually I wanted the professionals guys also be part of my ML ops because as the career perspective it is very important for everybody to for the future in this pandemic, but there's some constraint actually that I can't say it here. There's some constraint that we open this because I normally deliver for companies only. So I from last couple of time I deliver this training for multiple companies, right? I first time we open publicly for the pursuing student, but soon let me think. Let's try how we can open ML ops for the professionals guys. But right now it's not yet open. Yes, Irisab, you can use TK Enter for the GUI, but that the GUI that you're talking about TK Enter for me it is something like TUI. I normally categorize this in TUI, but I will explain you a little bit about TUI and GUI. But yeah, you can use and we can use TK Enter for the GUI in Python. So our teacher also talk about some intensive on MLOps that can do on this intensive. Yes, yes. So Mukesh, the MLs op that we are doing, it is one of the part of intensive program only. Okay, so lots of students, especially in third and fourth year and second year, they are joining this MLOp for doing their summer program or summer training or industrial training. Okay, and because finally we also giving intensive later after completion of this program and the projects, right? So maybe might be reason your teacher is talking about this program, right? So but yeah, for the biggest program for doing as a career perspective in a summer internship, especially for fourth year or second third year, right? this ML ops, no doubt. Even though I also recommend first year guys can also do this. That's I highly recommend, because I we are starting this training from very basics. Okay. Mukul, which platform I don't understand. MLOps actually is a two different technology, machine learning and the DevOps to integrate. But which platform you're talking about? I don't understand. What do you mean by platform? Anup, SSS work for any user. We don't require root. Any user can create the SSS key. So we don't any from any other user also we can create SSS and do the things. Okay, guys, that's all for today. I think all. Yeah, Venkatesh, we are going to do lots of advance, even though all the possible concept that is available in the industry in MLOps we gonna discuss. So I think you have got the agenda for the MLOps, or go to I think in the Telegram group we have shared you yesterday about the our website link, right? You just go there and see the agenda. It cover all the advanced topic from basic to advanced. We're gonna cover in MLOps. Okay. So timing, Junaid, right now it's not yet complete plan, but yeah, most probably 90%, 90%. The timing of this ML ops would be in evening, so it will be do in the evening classes. We will do, right. This is the current schedule we have planned till now. Is ML ops would be considered as a summer intensive program or the industrial training program. In some colleges it is known as intensive, some college it is known as summer training, some college it is known as industrial training. If so, depend upon your colleges, it will categorize in all this on this three types, right? Okay, so guys, see you and how to get the know about RCN in ML. So, yes, RCN guys is one of the important topic that we gonna cover in ML ops. So in MLOps, we go to from slowly deep learning, neural CNN, then RCNN, mass RCNN, and all the remaining advanced thing we will discuss in MLOps. Not only discuss, we gotta create algorithms. Tons of gonna things we'll do. If you want, I will take a small 5 minute discussion tomorrow about MLOps, right? Because we guys have lots of questions with the MLOps here. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Catch you at the same time and do some more. Start with some more new topics. Bye. See you. Good day and good night. Good night.